In this video, I'm going to tell you about some earphones that I think are going to be a pretty good option for a lot of you out there. Now, first of all, I'll say that I get a lot of requests from different companies to review earphones, and I turn down most of them. This is a cycling channel, and if I don't feel like the quality or the features are a right fit for subscribers on my channel, I typically will not do the review. However, when this company reached out to me, I did some research on the earphones and concluded these actually could be a really good option for cyclists and people who work out, and I was right. And so we're going to talk about the features, the things that I really like. Now in this review, I'm going to do some comparisons to bone conducting earphones like the Shocks and also the Jaybird. And if you have watched my channel over the years, you'll know I'm a huge fan of Jaybird earphones. The Oladance, and actually Oladance calls them wearable stereo, these kind of sit right in the middle of a true bone conducting earphone and an in-ear earphone like the Jaybirds. And so I want to do a little bit of a comparison between these. So let's get into it. These, like bone conducting earphones, sit outside your ear and you can hear everything around you. These do not obstruct your hearing at all. I'll go ahead and put the other one on so you can see how these fit. So they literally sit right outside your ear, and they've got a piece behind your ear, and they have a really, really secure fit. And so, like I said, these allow for all ambient noises, and that is the main advantage of the bone conducting earphones that I've reviewed in the past. They have some buttons on the side, and you can custom tune the buttons with an app, and I'll show you the app in this video. But basically, the way I have it set up is default, and you can just tap the sides and it'll start playing your music, and you tap it again and it'll stop. And you can double tap the right side to go forward and double tap the left side to go back. Also, you can adjust the volume just by moving your fingers. Now, they do work through gloves. So I have these dirt gloves. Love these gloves. They actually work through these, even though these are a full finger glove. So for mountain biking, if you use full finger gloves that aren't too thick, I haven't tried them with like winter gloves, but with these riding gloves, these buttons still work. Now, I will say these buttons are very sensitive. And if you are just kind of messing with the earphone, you can pause or you can play the music when you don't intend to at times. And when you take them off, sometimes you can bump the buttons. So they're not physical buttons. It uses just a touch on the side that's, again, very sensitive. So that's just one thing to consider. Now let's talk about some of the problems that these solve over bone conducting earphones. And the number one thing is sound quality. Compared to bone conducting earphones, these have much higher level sound quality. The clarity is much better. The bass is much stronger. In fact, when you're listening to a podcast or you're listening to a video, it sounds like the person is right in front of you talking. That's how clear they are. Now, I'm going to go back and forth with some comparisons between the Jaybirds and the bone conducting ones. And I will say that the Jaybirds have better bass. Most tight ceiling in-ear earphones are going to have better bass. That's just physics, right? Because you're blocking out the noise, the drivers are closer to your eardrums, and just that tight seal allows for that bass. However, these do have really good bass. So if you really just need pounding, thumping bass, it's going to be hard to beat in-ear earphones. But if you just want really good sounding music, really good clarity, and pretty strong bass, especially compared to bone conducting earphones, this is a great solution. Another problem that these solve over bone conducting earphones is the fact that you can lay down and listen to music or listen to a podcast or watch a video. With the bone conducting earphones, because of this band in the back, they hit the pillow, or just if you're laying on your back, and then you just can't do it. And these you can. And finally, another advantage that these have over bone conducting earphones is the fact that they don't put any pressure on the side of your head. Because of the nature of bone conducting, they have to kind of push a little bit on your head. It's not much, it's very little pressure. These really have never caused much pressure for me. Now, I haven't worn them for like 5 hours. These have absolutely no pressure on your head because these just sit on your ears. I really like the case that these come in. And this particular case, the one that you get stock, it's not a charge case. So these just kind of sit in the case, and when you put them in the case, they turn off. It's got a little USB-C outlet on the case, and that's how you charge the earphones. And I said it's not a charge case, as in there's no battery built inside the case, so you do have to plug them in. But what's nice is it's USB-C, so most of us already have USB-C. Now it does come with a charge cable, but when you travel, it's nice not to have to bring a proprietary cable like you have to do with the bone conducting earphones. And speaking of travel, that's another advantage of these, is the size of the case, right? So this is pretty small. This is the case that the shocks come in. This is pocketable. This is not. And that's another advantage of these. And when I say pocketable, if you put them in the front pocket, they're a little bit large to be able to like sit down, but you can easily put them in a coat pocket. Again, I'm going to go back and forth with some advantages of the Jaybirds, and that is the fact these are super pocketable. And these also, by the way, do have a charging case. So if the case is charged, it will charge the earphones when you're not using them. Now, you can get a chargeable case for these. It's an extra, I think, like $40 or $50. So you can buy that from Oladance, but the case that comes with these earphones is not a charging case. Now, I just want to throw in some advantages of bone conducting earphones, and that is the fact they can sit around your neck. And a lot of times I'll use these when I'm riding gravel. I want to listen to podcasts, but I need that spatial awareness. These I can just put on my ears when I'm ready to listen, and then when I don't want to have them on my ears, I just take them off. Like I said, these are so comfortable, you can probably just leave them on your ears the entire ride and you're going to be fine. In fact, they're so comfortable that I got done with one ride, I forgot they were in my head. When I took my helmet off, I undid the straps and the earphones went flying because, like I said, I just forgot they were on there. Another advantage of the bone conducting earphones is it is a more secure fit. So these are pretty secure. The only time I found that they were not secure is like doing sit-ups. I had them fall off my ears. They're not quite as secure. So for cycling, I think these are going to be fine. But if you're doing more aggressive working out, like if you're jumping around or doing sit-ups, CrossFit training, whatever, these fit more securely. These don't move at all. Jumping back over to the Jaybirds, these also have a super secure fit. Probably a tiny bit better than the Oladance because of the way they lock into your ears. Now, the Oladance will have less ear fatigue than something like the Jaybirds that go in your ears. You do get used to in-ears, but if you're new to something like the Jaybirds that really have the fins that lock into your ears, after a certain amount of time, maybe an hour, then they can get a little fatiguing, that pressure on your ears. These, you will not have that problem. So less ear fatigue than in-ears. A couple other things that I'll mention about the Oladance Wearable Stereo before I wrap up this video. That is, they have a 16-hour battery life, so really solid battery life. I think AirPods have like 4 or 5 hours. So 16 hours, really good for these. Also, these are claimed to be water and sweat proof. I've definitely put those to the test with sweat. I have not dropped them in water by accident, so I can't speak to that, but they're super durable as far as sweat. And finally, these are a great option for taking phone calls. I've had people tell me on the other end that my voice was really clear. I could obviously hear them very clearly. So you can wear obviously just one, or you can wear both for taking phone calls. I'll also say that these have not had any interference issues. And that is one of the problems that I've had with Jaybirds. As I'm walking around my office, there's some kind of electronics that cause an interference. And it's annoying. It only happens in my office, but it does happen. And so I just want to mention that these have been interference free. I'll take about 45 seconds to show you the app. So once I'm into the settings of the app, you can see the battery percentage for both the left and the right. You can see touch control. I'm going to tap on touch control to show you that you can change the single tap, the double tap, just different options. Everything on the screen right now is default, and that's where I've left it. I'm happy with it, but you can change like single tap. You can, like I said, change what the single tap does. Double tap, I leave it on skip forward or skip back. You can also access your voice assistant, whether it be Siri or Google Assistant, by the triple tap. And of course, you can change that if you want. And then slide, I've left it on change the volume, but you can change it to either skip forward or skip back. And likewise, under call controls, you can change what a single, double tap, or triple tap does. These, by the way, are available on Amazon, so I'll drop in the description below an affiliate link in case you want to try a pair of the Oladance wearable stereos. So to sum it up, if you're looking for an earphone for riding, road, gravel, and mountain biking, and you want really good sound quality, I can highly recommend these. And that's why I did this video, because I feel like these are going to be a really good option for a lot of you out there. All right, any questions or comments, drop those below. If you've used these, please let me know. what you think about them. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up for me. It helps out my channel. Thanks for watching.